ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Shop Talk. I am your co-host Andre C. Right over here is the Sour Patch Princess herself. It's Melba. How you doing, Melba?
I am doing great, Andre. I had a wild day at the gym today. It was odd and fun and satisfying. I had a nice
Nice.
leg day. I crushed that shit. I'm still having some issues with the shoulder. It's kind of a sore after my back day, but I got a compliment on my shoulders today.
There you go.
I was pretty happy about that. And the boy who gave me the compliment was pretty cute. Made me
There you
happy. How
go.
are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just working, watching too much wrestling when I'm not working. So sleep has
I
been
feel
less
that.
than sleep has been less than lately because I'm trying to keep up on watching all the G1. Trying to
Hmm.
watch this past weekend Stardom shows. There was a Marigold show this morning, which
So
had the
much.
Twin Star Championship Tournament semifinal and finals on it, which we'll have to do a show about.
Very
There's
soon.
so
Yes.
much news just coming out of Japanese wrestling right now that I'm trying to prep for Friday for the Japanese wrestling update. I've got Comic Con stuff to talk about tomorrow on Marvel Talk, along with trying to record another show with you tomorrow just to keep up with all the stuff, everything that's happening. So it's good. It's
Yeah.
busy. I've been busy. Been busy.
Yeah, I mean, the G1 is always a busy, busy time for us. Any of these big major tournaments for NJPW especially are just a little, they're a bit
Yeah.
much. But then to correlate with all the craziness and kookiness that's happening with Stardom, happening with Marigold, happening in other wrestling, it's just like, wow, there's a
Well, and
lot
yet
going on.
we're not going to be covering here, but you got N1 starting at the start of August, which is
Hmm.
Noah's G1, their version of the
Hmm.
G1 there, the N1 victory. And then you have the 5-star Grand Prix starting on the 10th. So, and that's going to run for concurrently for 8 day in that 8 day span with the G1 and the N1. And then right
Hmm.
after the Stardom Grand Prix is the 5-star Grand Prix is done, then we've got the Marigold their tournament starting. So
Crazy cupcakes.
it's never going to stop, is it? And then after the Marigold tournament, we're getting to October. Then we get into November, where we get World Tag League starting with the Super Junior Tag League, and then it's Wrestle Kingdom and all the big end of the year shows and start of the year shows, and then we get to the New Japan
God
Cup.
damn it, Andre. It's only halfway through the year. You're telling me how the rest of it is going to go.
Japan likes tournaments, man. It's yeah.
I mean, look at what we're getting out of these tournaments. I mean, not to go too far off topic 3 minutes into a Chop Talk video, but like, look what the G1 has given us.
Yeah, there's been
Like,
some.
this eclectic mix of a bunch of different companies just coming together and just having freaking banger matches.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
the fact that Yu Uemura is one of my top performers of the tournament, and I've been shitting on that guy for the last since he came back. Yeah, so it's been interesting.
It has been very interesting. We should probably talk about the wrestling that we're here to talk about, Dale.
Yeah, but what was interesting, we were at LPW this past Friday night as we
Mhm.
entered the Rec Room South Common. But before we talk about that, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here. Please, we really do appreciate all the great support you have given us. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Please share us out to your friends, family, and just lonely people wandering through the world. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video.
A ding dong.
I'm alone. I can't hear it.
Pretty sure you just did. Admit that you could hear it.
I said I'm alone. I can't hear it. I'm
Sure,
wandering.
sure.
I'm wandering alone. I can't hear it.
Dissociate. Dissociate in the basement. Yeah, I feel you.
Why are we in a basement?
Because you're in your basement.
Oh yeah, I am in a basement.
Bruh.
Oh man, I'm tired. I should get some sleep tonight, but I got more G1 to watch, and I want to start watching other stuff. So I probably won't go to bed for another like 4 or 5 hours. Get up at like 7
Well, let's
p.m.
get this episode out quicky dicky then.
Yeah, we're gonna talk some LPW 28 feeling hella good, featuring Smiley Kylie Rae.
Yes. So cute.
Yeah, her like I know Astrid's this and Kylie's is like like way more of an angle. So
I think Shaz McKenzie is the more
yeah,
level.
like hers is around her chin more. Like it's like
Yeah, very much more
uh,
like Asterix.
yeah, it's a little hers is a little more kicked up. Like Astrid's like this, and then hers is like
Yeah,
more like
shape the face.
it's more like a resting thing or like resting thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we kick this show off with a scramble match for the LPW Scramble Championship. It is Eli Surge, Beef Boy, Elliot Tyler, Rich King, Sheik Shabazz, and the champion T.Y. Jackson. They put tinfoil hat on Sheik, and everyone beats up Sheik. Elliot Tyler and Rich have a little face off, and he goes, Elliot says to Rich, "You work out, but your hands are soft."
I
Uh,
mean, does Rich wear gloves?
I've never seen him wear gloves when we worked out, but he's training me more. But I don't know. I haven't seen it in his videos. He doesn't look like he wears gloves. So maybe he's has good moisturizer. Might be it.
That's a hell of a talent because I haven't been using gloves for the last week and I'm already getting
Mm.
man hands.
I wear gloves every day, and my hands are all cracked and dry. That's more because of my job.
I was gonna say, you're probably wearing leather gloves or suede gloves, aren't you?
They're like cut resistant gloves, so they have rubber in them and stuff. So yeah, just
Yeah,
dries
that'll
out.
do her. That'll do it. Back to the match
Roll
with top tens.
So Beef Boy gets a rolling elbow and their slingshot, and then Eli hits a slingshot spear. They both try to pin Ty in different positions multiple times. With Stu just going, "No, this is no. Both of you are not winning this title together." I've only got a few stuff for this match.
Mm.
Sheik getting everyone in the corners and just doing those flying uppercuts into every corner.
Yes.
He
It's one of
runs
my
into
favorite things that he does.
yeah. Eli ends up getting a hits a kamikaze or he hits a kamikaze to Eli and then a fallaway slam that he like went back and then came back up on when he did the fallaway slam and like it
Mhm,
bridges back up out of the fallaway slam like insane. He hit
mhm.
that to Ty and then he hit the spine buster to Rich. Um, yeah.
That was a
Beef Boy,
wicked spine buster too.
yeah. Beef Boy ends up getting a powerbomb to Ty off the top. Then Rich hops up to the top and X Factors Eli to the down to the mat. And then Sheik hits a code breaker off the top to Beef Boy. Just craziness. The end of this match comes. Sheik hits the razor's edge, or as I like to call it, the camel toss to T.Y. Jackson and gets Rich up. But he gets down, he gets Rich up for an Olympic slam, but Rich gets down and hits his own Olympic slam. But Eli dives on the pin to break it up. And Eli picks up Rich, hits him with the swinging flatliner to get the 1, the 2, and the 3. The Scramble Championship is just another conspiracy.
Ah, it was such a nice story that they have kind of played up and come to, I think, not a conclusion, but like a new chapter of it with Eli chasing that scramble title and then finally achieving it.
Mm,
We saw a celebration also of the animal world come out. We got Beefy, we got Goosey, we got Wolf Boy, and we began the discussion at the table of, so does Eli believe Goose is real?
no, he thinks Goose is a robot.
I think we believe that Goose is unreal, though.
Yeah, he's a robot. He's unreal. He's a robot.
No, poor Goosey. Yeah, this was a really fun match. As I always say, these scramble matches are usually my favorite matches on the show for LPW. Um, this was a great one to start off with too, because as you mentioned, there was so much going on in this match, but it's like a glorious organized chaos where everybody just knows where they're supposed to be and they're there for a good reason. Like
Mm,
it's there that there's no one sitting there watching,
no.
waiting for near falls to happen and stuff like that. It's very, very well organized, very, very experienced wrestlers. Um, yeah, I don't have anything to add to that. You kind of got all the big stuff that I do remember.
Yeah. So we move on. Second match of the show. It is Riley Cruz and Sharon Rogers versus the Zoo World Order of. Wolfboy and Kyle Shaw did come out to celebrate with Eli after his win.
That's what I said with the zoo
Yeah,
celebration. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I must. My brain is not working. I'm sorry.
You
Uh,
you were in the conversation, my guy.
that's how much my brain is not working right now.
Dear, we're gonna hope we can make it through this thing.
Yeah, Riley
Yeah.
Cruz and Jared Rogers taking on the New World Order of get the Canadian Goose Kyle Shaw, the brand new clandestine champion. BTW,
Mhm.
your
Champion of
champion of
Salvation?
salvation. Yeah,
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
champion of salvation, and his tag team partner Wolf Boy Will Mantla. Uh, I'll say this: our boy Nathan gave me full notes for Thursday night, and I don't have them. I couldn't find them. I couldn't find the notes online because he shared it to me in a Google Doc, and I couldn't find it. So I didn't have notes for the Thursday for Kyle Shaw one.
Bruh.
Yeah, bruh. I'm an idiot, bruh. I forgot to grab them. Was searching for them before the show, and I couldn't find them, and I'm like, God damn it. So we get into this match. Goose with get very just lots of arm drags to Riley Cruz, and then gets a cartwheel into a drop kick, and he's got it's not like he's doing just an arm drag. It's an arm drag one way, a Japanese arm drag. He's got all different kinds of ways he's doing the arm drag. It's great.
Mhm.
Love it.
Mhm, mhm.
Wolf Boy gets with a backdrop into the springboard drop kick to Jared Rogers for two. Fallaway slam to Wolf Boy. Uh, and Riley Cruz does a somersault kip up, goes up to the top, hits the encore moonsault to Wolf Boy, but he only gets two. Later in the match, Goose gets bionic wings to Cruz and Rogers, and then sends Cruz into Rogers and lariats Rogers, who DDTs Cruz. The end of this match comes. Wolf Boy hits the 619 to Cruz, and then Goose Boy and Rogers hit the super kick Page Turner combo to Cruz for the win.
You said Goose Boy and it threw me off.
Yeah,
I
Goose Boy.
love it. I love it.
We're Goose Boy now.
Ah,
We're
he's
Goose Boy
Goose
now.
they're Team Goose Boy now.
Yep.
Um, always such a privilege and treat to see Wolf Boy and Goose. These guys are just so charismatic and get the crowd going. I think I've said it every single time I see these guys wrestle, and it's just something that Clandestine does very, very right. They do a lot of great character work and development with their trainees and get these amazing characters with great crowd interactions. They really do know how to work a crowd for the most part. Um, Riley Cruz was one I wanted to kind of focus on this one though, because I think we've seen him one time that I recall before in LPW. I believe it was in a scramble match, if I'm not mistaken, or another mixed tag. I'm not entirely sure, but I remember he wasn't. There was something off with the character that I wasn't completely enraptured with. I
Hmm.
don't know what the I think he's been in Prairie Pro. He's in, or at least in Prairie Pro Wrestling with our good friend Mr. Money Munson. And holy heckin' crap, this is not the same person that we reviewed before. The
Hmm.
slight character flares that he puts on his character being that metalhead where he's not just feeding you a lariat, he's doing a headbang, then feeding you a lariat. Like he has his own style that has really evolved from the last time that I saw him to now. Maybe it was just a nervous thing or in a new venue, I don't know. But it was a completely different character that I felt I could actually get behind a lot more this time than the first time that I saw him. And I felt that him and Rogers actually worked together really, really well.
Yeah.
I don't recall seeing them tag before. They may have interacted before. I don't really know. This is a third partner I've seen with Jared Rogers. So third time's a charm.
You,
I don't know.
you, you you didn't even get to see his other partner at RCW because he missed the match.
I know. Well, I wasn't even referring to like RCW. I'm saying in LPW because
I
remember
know.
he started with Son of Irish,
Yep.
and then he's also teamed with Michael Allen and Richard Clark. This will be the third person within LPW, not even including the Alex. You
Mm.
know, it's Yeah, I mean, I would love to see the Alex, but we can't have the Alex also for Riley Cruz. These two teamed up very, very well together. I was very
Mhm.
impressed with the cohesion that they had there. Of course, Wolf Boy and Goose, they always work so, so well together. I enjoy watching their team. I always forget to bring out the noisemaker. I
Yeah, I
still
left
have the
mine.
noisemaker from the last show
Me
or
too.
2 shows ago.
Mine's just sitting on my bedside table.
Yeah, the little boodly doodly thing is off now. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
a wah.
yeah, mine too. Mine too.
Yeah. Anyway,
Again, good.
yeah, I
I thought
really
good
enjoyed
match.
this match. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
We move on to a a singles contest. So it's supposed to be Reed Matthews versus Travis Williams, but a couple days before the show, Travis Williams was had a scheduling conflict with TNA, so he
Mhm.
is replaced by BC trained wrestler Casey Ferreira from the Lionsgate Dojo, same place Travis Williams comes out of. And boy, howdy, this kid hasn't even been wrestling 2 full years. I looked him up. October of 2022, Casey Ferreira started in this business.
Wow.
At least had his first professional match. He's probably been training longer than that, obviously.
Mhm.
But yeah, this kid
Oof.
is so good. I don't remember him. This was his return. I don't remember seeing him before. It might have been one of the shows that I missed. But a year so in 2022, or maybe I'm not sure. I could actually look that up because he.
I don't recall seeing him, so it hasn't been in the last year. So I only
Yeah,
missed one show.
yeah. I don't. Oh, there it is. August of 2023. You're at that show. Hot
I
tag.
don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, it was him and it was Jackie Lee and Sharif Morrow versus Casey Ferreira and Levi Knight. Huh. Reloaded. No, I remember the show. I just don't remember him. I
I was gonna
apologize.
say I do remember Levi Knight. He's been making quite a splash in the southern part of Alberta with Canal. That's the
Yeah.
one.
So this match was insane. Like it just did not stop. They do this spot where they go to the outside. Casey ends up sending Thickness out on a Rana. Does a tope suicida, but just about overshoots him. But he just like catches Thick, but Thick ends up catching him,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
he then slams him onto the chairs. Just crazy. It's just these two move so well. That cannonball by Thickness in this match, just ah, absolutely
Was
tremendous.
this the match where he ended up, like, smashing his back on the chair like, Julia? Remember with
Yeah,
Suri
no,
and
wasn't that?
Queendom?
I thought that was in the next match. I'm looking
Oh,
through my
okay.
notes right now. It might be in the yeah. Again, there's a beautiful satellite DDT that Mel yelled out when he hit it. Oh, like he's for a hit.
Yes.
So
I earned
good.
that gold star, damn it.
Oh, it was so good. Such a beautiful. Just these two. They're the chopping back and forth with these two. Like
Oof.
Casey Freya, like Thickness's chops are some of the worst. Like, no, like and worst. I mean, worst by the worst to take because he just
Take.
so powerful. His chops are
So good.
amazing, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't. Just it seems like these are the worst one to take because it would just destroy your chest. And but Case Farrick just firing back, man. He
Mhm.
was fighting back, man. Thickness gets a beautiful seismic toss at one point, but only gets two.
Mhm.
Casey gets a Rana to Thickness off the top rope. Thickness catches him in the corner, hits a Samoa Joe Uranagi out of the corner. Goes to
Yes.
the top, gets cut off. Casey's trying the superplex. The Thickness sends him down to the mat. Casey back up. Thickness fights back and hits a super blue thunder bomb off the top. It was crazy. Uh,
Balance was insane.
Casey hits a roundhouse kick, but Thickness comes back with like a jumping enziguri. They're both down. They get back up. They're brawling. They're beating the piss at each other. And we hear a bell. This was a 20-minute time limit on this match.
Mhm.
And I was like, no, I want more. This was so good. I want Ferreira here more. I think this kid is
Yes.
amazing. And Thickness just always entertains, man. Always.
Mhm. One of the heaviest hitters that LPW has in the thickness, Reed Matthews. Those chops, they're thud. Those chops are the kind of chops that you take and it sounds like your chest is hollow. He hit you that hard.
Mm.
Did you mention the cannonball? There's also cannonball
Oh yeah.
by thickness, which is one of my favorite moves. I don't know why. I'm one of those people who's very amused by the simple yet effective moves and the double stomps, certain double stomps, the crossbodies, the cannonballs. They're just especially when they're done so perfectly. Um, but yeah, this Casey Ferreira wouldn't go the frick down. Thickness was hitting him hard, and it was almost like it was just firing him up more. He was almost undefeatable. Um, I absolutely agree with you. I would love to see him back here again. I'd love to see him take on other members of the locker room, see if he can keep up with them as well.
Yeah, I again, I'd love to see him like just challenge maybe
Mars.
Mars, Blaze, get him in a scramble. Like, dude, like,
Yeah, oh god, a scramble would be insane with this kid.
get it.
100%.
See if he's got a tag team partner. Maybe he can take the titles off. Take the titles. Like, damn, this kid is so good. I want to see him more and more and more. I honestly, I'd
Mhm.
like to see him and Zoe go 1-on-1. I think that would be a really
Oh, that
good
would be good
match.
too, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
again,
would be good.
I loved watching this kid, and I'm going to pay attention to this kid
Mhm.
and where he goes because he's so good.
100%.
We move on to the LPW Challenge Championship. It is Michael Richard Blaze versus recent TNA signee Judas Icarus. Is he
Oh,
the sinner or is he the saint? That is the question.
I thought Travis was the saint.
But is he? What? Whoa! What happened? Ghosts?
My neighbor's pit bull just started going, and she's a sweet dog, but when she barks, she does not sound so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, well, at least I know she's awake.
Icarus hitting this running knee to the midsection of Blaze just looked
Oh,
just
yeah.
like he like looked almost as painful as an Hanari liver shot. Oh, looked great. Just the strikes these two traded throughout the match were just insane. This is a spot where they end up brawling on the floor. Blaze gets Judas up. He tosses him into the post. Then he picks him up and suplexes him onto the chairs. And he like is where he lands on like the chair so awkwardly. And I'm just like, oh. He then hits
Yeah.
a Blaze then hits a tope suicida to Judas on the floor. It was crazy.
Mhm, mhm.
Judas gets like this sick looking pump kick. Blaze comes like with a spine buster. They're just going back and forth. Airplane spin torture rack bomb by Blaze for 2. Um, just Icarus gets like tossed in the corner, but bounces out and hits this huge spear, just almost taking
Huge.
Blaze out of his boots. It was just crazy. Blaze stops a rebound lariat. They're trading strikes. Blaze hits a knee, but Icarus gets a Rana into the roll up to stop the final consecration. Uh, Huge rebound lariat by Icarus. Like him and Travis love that rebound lariat. They run into the ropes and bounce back. They love that.
I mean, I do too. It's a
Yeah.
different look, and it adds a level of aggression to people because you don't see, like, faces typically doing that, although I don't know
No.
if Judas Icarus is a face or not, but that being said, like, Gabe Kidd, like, he's not doing it because he's like, patty cake," like, he's doing it as a show of aggression, intimidation, not just to the opponent, but to the audience. I dig it because it's another level of character work.
And they go into the second rope for it, like chest first, and then
Mhm.
bounce out. So good because like Gabe Kid goes into onto the top rope chest first.
He's also very tall, though, Gabe
Oh,
Kidd.
100%. So he goes for another lariat, but Blaze sends Ben into it, but Ben ducks the lariat. And
Mhm.
again, he gets tossed into Icarus. Icarus hops over Ben, but Blaze, as he's coming down, hits a low blow with Ben's back turn, picks him up. Final consecration to those toasted bagels for the win.
I hope other people know what that means. I have no idea what that means.
It's the old name for final consecration, toasted bagel.
I just wish I knew.
That's what it is. That's what it
The
used to be
funny
called.
names. That's like some Zack Sabre Junior level
That's from like
fuckery, and I
way.
love it.
That's again. That's from like way, 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 way
Back in the
back.
day.
I remember him using that
Back
back in
when
like
we
oh
walked up the hill both ways on the way to and from school. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't have a whole ton to add. I mean, I this match was great. I really, really enjoyed this. I had a lot of anxiety watching it though, of course, as I do when I watch shoeless wrestlers. But like, not gonna lie, like I saw this guy walk through beer because someone spilt their beer in the front row there for one of those topes. And I saw him walk through it and everything. That man's feet are spotless. Like, maybe it's not the case, I don't know, but from where I was sitting, his feet looked really clean. It was
yeah.
I was talking with Kat about it after, and I was like, "I feel like those wrestlers are just the kind of wrestlers who really know how to self-care and take care of themselves, so
Hmm.
because, having a pedicure after that, walking through Lord knows what, I would assume you would have to take care of that, otherwise you might get sick." So, you know,
Yeah.
maybe I should feel less anxiety about it. I just worry that becomes more of a liability than anything and just an easier target for people to kinda, capitalize on you. We've seen that many a time. In this one, not a thing though. I was actually very, very impressed. Um, you know how I feel about ball shots. Hate them. But, when they're done in a creative manner, I can appreciate the struggle. So, the way they set this up was actually pretty brilliant, and
Hmm.
the way that Ben was distracted so perfectly, it worked out very, very well in their favor for how this looked. It looked really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to add to this one.
Yeah, again, thought this was incredible. Those 2 matches were just fire. Like, this whole
Mhm.
show, there wasn't anything disappointing on this show. Everything
No.
delivered. The show delivered, and just things are just so much fire on this show. We
Mhm,
move
mhm.
on. We came back from intermission to Zoe Sager versus Smiley, Kylie Rae.
Yeah,
Kylie high five me and Nathan reaching out from the ring
yeah.
over the glass. She high fived us both. We were both just like cheering for her so loudly. She was
Mhm,
awesome. Just great
mhm,
wrestling with these two. Zoe ends up like catching a kick to her and like swings the leg down. Kylie kind of like bends over and Zoe just knees her in the face, like knees her in the face.
oh, yeah.
That
So
looks
quick.
so good. There's a
Mhm,
standing Rings of Saturn by Kylie Rae, and then gets Zoe onto and then transitions Zoe onto her back, just stretching her over her back. I didn't even know what that was called, but
mhm.
it was awesome. Um, Zoe gets an everything is Zoe for two,
Mhm,
which is everything is evil. Just absolutely incredible match. Kylie hits a super kick, and Zoe comes back with her like flip scorpion kick, where she like flips under her hands and like kicks
mhm,
somebody with a heel kick.
mhm,
Um, and then they drop, and then they both just hit forearms at the same time and drop each other. These two were
mhm,
just so good, man. Like just they flowed so well together. Kylie gets a TKO for two at one point. Kylie misses the enziguri. Zoe gets a bridging German, but Kylie kicks out at the last possible millisecond. Um, Zoe gets Kylie up, but Kylie gets a victory roll for two. Zoe hits the stunner. Then she follows it up with the Z Factor for the win. Absolutely incredible match.
mhm,
Yeah, we'll talk about the post match in a minute, but yeah,
mhm.
I thought this match was awesome.
Mhm, mhm. I agree, I agree. And what was interesting is this shift in dynamic that we've kind of seen with Zoe Sager going from that heel to face, very over with the crowd. Crowd was very, very behind her. It was odd to see Kylie wrestling heel. Started flipping over to that heel kind of
Hmm.
thing. I actually like it was odd, but it was also very cool because it showed the diversity of both of these women.
Hmm.
Um, Aesthetically speaking, I thought it was adorable that they looked like they were pretty much wearing the same gear, just different versions of it. Tag team, future tag team right there could
Well,
work.
Kylie's did connect. Hers was like almost a full one piece, but there was with some
Just
openings. But yeah, if you look at the picture here, though, it's like Yeah, it's pretty identical.
Yeah, no, what I meant with color is
Oh,
what I
with the
meant with it,
oh, yeah, the
color.
color,
The
yeah.
blue and the pink, they were both wearing blue and pink. It's just Zoe was wearing the more kind of, I don't wanna say hot, so, like, the brighter, kind of more vibrant variation of it, whereas Kylie was wearing a little bit more of a pastelish,
Mhm,
kind of muted variation. Oh, actually, I would actually say almost like a watercolor because it was very blended
mhm,
and kind of blended into each other, whereas Zoe's was very clear. This is the end of the blue line. This is the end of the pink line, kind of thing.
mhm.
But like I said, it worked. It worked really, really nicely together. And again, if Kylie comes back, they want to have a tag team. They've already got the outfits for it. Um, yeah, let's take it into the aftermath because it was glorious chaos.
So, Zoe offers a handshake, and Kylie doesn't slaps it away a second, but then they end up hugging. But this is where Ryder
Mhm,
Die attack them, toss them
mhm,
out. Reed Matthew runs out to stop anybody from fighting. TFA says, "You like that lame ass shit?" And then she calls Kylie a loser. Didn't really like that too much. So we move right into the LPW Tag Team Championships. It is
mhm,
the
mhm.
champions Ride or Die TFA and Stephen Crow taking on. I don't know if I want to actually say what I called them in my notes, but no, I'm not going to do that. Dean Richter and the Mexican Devil El Asesino.
Oh,
You know what I called them.
oh, because isn't that what I call
We were joking about it at the table, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say that. So Ride or Die attacked them on the stage. They fight into the crowd. Ride or Die slamming them in Dean and Assassino into each other right behind us up in the VIP area. TFA ends up
Mhm,
backdropping Assassino right behind us on the
mhm,
in the VIP area. They end back in the ring. Crow gets a meteor off the top to Assassino for two. Again, Assassino fighting back. It's a huge Death Valley driver to Crow look really good. TFA hits Assassino hits TFA with a Zack driver at one point, or the
mhm.
Michinoku driver, if you want to be basic. Uh,
That is a legend,
yeah,
sir.
it's the Zack driver. Yeah,
No, no. Taka Michinoku is a legend.
and
How dare you?
he gave it to Zack, and Zack renamed it the Zack driver, so it is now officially the Zack driver.
Mm,
Mm.
we're gonna have to have a discussion about, what we think about wrestlers' names being involved in certain moves because that's anyway, continue.
Uh,
Driver
so
thing.
Solid punches by Crow to Dean up top, but Dean catches him with a choke bomb off the top for two. Crow slips out of the seismic driver, which is the burning hammer, and he hits a face buster to Dean. He gets unloads with kicks. And Crow gets a poison Rana to Dean. Again, I thought good match throughout. Dean gets a super kick and hesitation drop kick to TFA, but Crow
Mhm,
breaks up the pin and yeets him out of the ring. TFA reverses a German, hits one of her own. Dean ends up stopping the gory special, hits his rolling elbow. Him and Assassino double team, but TFA up kicks Dean, and Ride or Die double team them, and TFA rips the mask off of El Assassino, effectively taking him out of the match. TFA then gets a big old spinebuster to Dean and hits the Pimp Juice DDT, and Crow hits good, bad, and the ugly, and TFA gets the pin and the win on Dean Richter.
mhm. Do you have any thoughts that you wanna say before I get into it?
Yeah, I thought good matchup. I'm becoming a bigger and bigger fan of LS. Every time I watch them,
Mhm,
um, Ride or Die. I've made my opinion known in the past. I thought they did a good job in this match.
mhm,
Everybody worked together really well. I still
mhm,
don't like the team myself personally, but
mhm,
I think that they did a good job. They all four people in this match did a really good job together in ring.
mhm. I have to
Yeah.
agree. This is something that, if you've listened to Chop Talks in the past, this is something that I've talked about a lot, specifically with Dean. He needs to stop pulling his shit.
Mhm.
It's I love Dean Richter. He's a great example of NJPW strong style. He wrestles in a very strong style way. And his character work on the last year has been whew, tremendous. Like, he used to be that quiet, not engaging, just guy who would just come in, do his thing, and go. Now we're starting to see personality. He's starting to sass talk people. He's very much a heel wherever he goes. So he's kind of like using that to his advantage. But God frickety frack frick frukin does he pull his shit. And it's not even consistently. It's against certain people. And I get that you have to. There's going to be certain situations where you are going to have to. What I'd like to see is him work on making it still look like he's not pulling it. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? Like, there are a lot of guys locally that we can mention who look like they really lay their shit in, but you know that it's probably like 60%. You know,
Mm.
they're just that good and experienced. I would like to
Andy.
see Dean get, yeah, Andy Anderson, phenomenal like that. Bobby Sharp, another great example. Shawn Martins,
Mm.
great example.
I realized
Kamikaze.
I realized I didn't change the graphic for the whole talk about the match.
Well, shit. Well, here we are. Yeah, there's a lot of people who locally you can see do this. And I'm sure there's a ton of people, like I said, clandestine society has really been working on that character work. We've seen it come out of Dean Richter. I would like to see them work on that.
Mm.
Otherwise, that's the only thing I got to say. This is
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. And again, I've
Also, the mask part was a little confusing for me too, though. There was a little bit
yeah,
of awkwardness removing the mask. It actually at one point looked like Assassino removed the mask himself.
yeah,
So,
it was awkward.
yeah, that was the only other thing. Otherwise, solid match.
Yeah. And again, I think Dean, like, we watch him in RCW, and his character work at some of these shows, when he's fighting with the lighting people, when he's fighting with us, because we're cheering him and he's getting mad at us, and he goes to the other side and they're booing him, and he's like, finally, he comes back to us, expecting us to boo him, and then we cheer him. It's just his reaction when at the show at Kingsway when the production guys screwed up the music and he went yelling, and it's these like 18-year-old kids that are running music, and he runs over, starts yelling at them, and it's just absolute perfection that
It
just
is.
uh
I mean, those production kids do need to be yelled at because how hard is it to push a fucking button? But yeah, RCW is also another place where I have noticed that certain people he does pull his shit, though.
mm,
We saw that I saw that match with him and Kat Von Hees, and, like, Kat is not shy. Like, there's been a lot of people in this province who have complained about how stiff she is, but she's trained with the big boys. She's not afraid to tussle with people like Assassino, like Dean Richter. So, like, yeah, that's something I would like to for him see improved. A
yeah,
pound.
more power,
Yeah,
more
yeah,
power, more
more,
power.
more.
We move on. Main event of the evening is the LPW Grand Championship. It is Lumberjack Larry was defending against Jack Pride and the Crimson Lion Mars, the Specialist. Again, so much happened in this. I'm going to give a couple highlights, but there's so much. You
Mhm,
got to go to the IWTV and watch this match. It is
mhm,
incredible. It's like $10 to sign up. You get so many promotions there. It's worth it to watch this match. I really, really, really recommend going over there and watching this because
mhm,
damn, were these two good. There's a spot early where Pride just hits his pounce, sending Larry flying across the ring. Looked
mhm.
really good. There's another spot. Larry and Mars layered each other down, and they both get right back up, and they're both like getting up as um, Pride
Right.
hits the double moon. Like if you think of Johnny TV, his old
Yeah.
Moonlight Drive, hits a double Moonlight Drive. I'm like, oh,
So
looks
good.
so good. There's just so
Mhm,
many good spots in this, man. It's just Pride with the crossface strikes to Larry. He's just got him on his knees, just hitting him, but ends up missing the stomp. And Larry comes back with a huge side effect. Just keeps it just everything was so good. Mars
Mhm.
getting a standing guillotine to Larry, but Pride comes off the top and they follow the mat, and then Pride off the top of the stomp to Larry to break the hold, but he only gets two when he pins Larry. Just everything was just so good. Um,
Mhm.
Pride ends up missing that corner low cross body, and Larry ends up hits him with an Alabama slam. Just Mars sends him out, hits a Fosbury fall up to both guys on the floor. It was crazy looking. We get the old 7 wheelbarrow facebuster stomp combo, and Mars did not like that because he was just trying to go for his wheelbarrow facebuster and probably came with the stomp, and Mars was very disappointed about that, and they brawled again. It was just crazy. Um, it just Thad gets involved at one point, and just nothing but crazy throughout this match, and it was just so good, man. There's so much
Mhm.
crazy stuff. Um, so Larry, I'm just gonna go to the R's end here. Larry and Pride are trading strikes. They trade super kicks. Pride hits that Claymore running kick. Pride gets the Dragon Sleeper to Larry, but Larry holds on, flips Pride through into the Sawmaker that gets reversed into a Code Breaker. Pride goes to the top, but Larry cuts him off with a super flapjack off the top. It was crazy. Larry
Mhm.
misses the saw line. Mars comes in, hits Pride with a TKO, then hits Larry with the TKO, and gets the 1, the 2, and the 3. Your new LPW Grand Champion is Mars, the Specialist, off his cash in of last month. Holy crap, it was so good. It was so good. So let's talk about the match before we get into all the post
Mhm.
match stuff here.
This match was freaking incredible. This was the right place for this match, obviously. Championship, main championship of this company. But the stories going into it, I was a
Mm.
little concerned because there seemed to be like just so much crossing going over. We got the feud between Mars and Pride. We had the, com competitor understanding, I think, between Larry and Mars, and we had the conflict between Larry and Pride. It was such a perfect trifecta of a story that was told without being overwhelming, overdone, or confusing. Each kind of story had its place throughout the match, and I felt that each story got enough time to kind of shine in its moment. I didn't feel that anything between like the story going on between Mars and Pride, it didn't take away from Larry. The story going on between Mars and Larry didn't take away from Pride, and so on and so forth. It was
Mm.
just such a well organized match. We did see the crossbody from Pride eventually, though, didn't we? I feel like we did.
Yeah, so,
It's
yeah.
in my brain.
Again, this match was just incredible. Like just
Yeah,
from bell to
so
bell,
quick.
this just didn't stop. It's like two guys would be in, then three guys would be in, then two guys would be in, then three guys. It just never stopped. This
Mhm,
match kept
mhm,
going and going, and I loved it. I thought
mhm.
these last two shows have been just.
Very
I
good.
was critical of a couple shows ago, due to some length on some stuff, and these
Well,
last
some of
two.
them were excessive to the point of exhaustion, and it's like, what is there left for the rest of the show when those kind of exhausting matches are happening in the middle of the shows?
Yeah, and this show, I felt paced itself very well. You got that 20-minute
Mhm,
draw. Nothing else came quite to the length until you get to the main event, and it's
mhm.
just incredible. So post match, you want to get into that?
Yes,
So
yes,
yeah,
please.
Larry ends up taking the belt from Fitzy because Fitzy's going to give it to Mars, and you're thinking,
Mhm,
what the hell? And then Larry ends up giving the belt to Mars, gives him a hug. Mars asks
mhm,
for the tip touch before Larry leaves. Larry's like, and does the tip touch.
mhm.
It was nice.
Sweet. Little sweet moment for sure.
Yeah, so Larry takes off. Pride's still in the ring. He's pissed. So Mars pulls Pride up, offers him the handshake. Pride won't do it, but then Jack hugs Mars. You know it's Jack because Pride don't hug people, and then
Mm,
Pride drags his ass out of there. Um, I think that was Jack coming through for just a second for that hug. I really do think Jack
we'll
stripping.
discuss what I think about that after.
Yeah. So as Mars is leaving, Pride comes like swings a chair through his chair. You see in
That
that
chair.
picture through the curtain, hitting Mars in the back. Like it came through the curtain with him behind the curtain. It was great. It was a great
Hmm.
spot. Beats the hell out of him. Thad's trying to pull Pride off of Mars because he's like, this is too far. Pride
Hmm.
ends up like taking the chair and smashes him down, like setting the chair into
Guillotine
his,
style, yeah.
yeah, into the throat, and then hits the stomp to him onto the chair. The
Mhm.
locker room, led by Thickness, comes out. The Rads are there. Everybody's coming up to the tape. Pride runs away, starts yelling, "You're ungrateful. You don't deserve it." He's standing on top, pretty much on top of the announcing table, and
Mhm.
he's just yelling at Pride or at Mars in the ring, calling him
Mhm.
ungrateful and doesn't deserve it. It's supposed to be his time. And Mars says he wants Pride for his first defense of the championship next month at LPW 29. I got the graphic right here.
Yes,
Thank you to
yes.
Spencer Love for sending me all these graphics. The good, I call it graphics. But yeah, we're getting this LPW Grand Championship. That's going to be insane.
I like that color combo of the maroon and the yellow. It's
Mm-hmm.
very nice.
Me too.
Um, this is why I don't think that it was Jack hugging Mars. I think it was
Yeah,
a ruse. I don't think it
could
was
be.
Jack. I think it was Pride the whole time. He was just like playing face, waiting for him because he knew he was going to do that.
Mm,
I think based on the announcements, because before he was always Jack Pride.
mm,
This match, he was not announced as Jack Pride. He was just Pride. I think for now, and I think maybe for the betterment of the character, Jack is going to be a little nuance in like Jiminy Cricket, if you will, at the back of Pride's mind that he has to smack once in a while to shut up.
yeah.
I think that we're going to see the more diabolical side of Pride coming up, and I'm so happy for it because I know not everyone does, but I love the clear definition of heel and face. And we see this most particularly in New Japan, House of Torture, Stardom, Oedo Tai, or former, the artists formerly known as Oedo Tai. More on that on
Hate.
Japanese Wrestling Update.
All the
um,
hate, baby, all the hate.
Yeah, I thought initially when I first started coming to LPW that that's what 7 kind of was, and they kind of began to feel very Los Ingobernables esque, where they were
Mm,
kind of like walking that line and they would deviate to one side or the other. Sometimes they're facey, sometimes they're heely, blah 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 blah. I would like to see this be like a very solid like 7 and the 7 going forward, we're baddies. We don't like people, we don't play nice with others. I'm hopeful. I know we kind of got that in Clandestine, but I feel like that's a different kind of
mm.
eel that we have to deal with there. And I
And
feel with this formation of the Short Kings as well, that that's gonna
mm,
be kind of a little micro faction within itself, yes. What the fuck? Pinky? Wowzers.
yeah, I feel, and again, this is not a to slander clandestine, but they are to me the House of Torture of it all, where they use cheat, and again, not in a bad way. They're House of Torture in a good way, in the fact that they use the cheat. They use cheating a lot to towards their success and towards their failures in the past. That cheating
Mhm,
has created
mhm.
failures for them in big
It's
matches.
true.
Look at Blaze
That is true.
losing.
Look at Show.
Well, look at Blaze losing the title, losing the grand championship. Like, so you have. I see the parallels more if you're looking at in GW for clandestine there, where yeah,
Mhm,
I've seen 7 as very much an Lij over this last while, in that they can be bad guys, but they're
mhm.
also just this weird dynamic of,
'Cause they're very over with the crowd, especially
yeah.
Pride. So yeah, I'd like to. So maybe the better comparison would be the artists formerly known as Oedo Tai. I would like to see Seven kind of do that because they're unapologetically bad, but again, their shenanigans are a bit more
Yeah.
palatable
Right
and
now, Seven is
functional.
2 people, but
I mean, and arguably only one because that's not to take away from that, but he is the manager. He's not
well, he's
Fred's
great.
partner. Yeah, but he's not his partner. He's not his wrestling partner. You know what I'm
Yeah, I know.
saying? We could maybe use the glue back.
Yeah, maybe you can start healing your faction if you bring the glue back. TJ Cannon. I can't believe I want TJ Cannon back in Alberta wrestling. I can't
I
believe I thought
mean,
I'd ever say that in my life, but I do. It's
hashtag we
weird.
want Cannon. What is
Yeah.
his name out in Winnipeg now? Young Gun?
The young gun TJ Cannon.
We want the Young Gun. Bring back Cannon. Hashtag fix his
Especially with
face.
that especially with that new gear he's rocking, man. It looks really
Yeah,
good.
but
Yeah.
the shorts are very Buddy Murphy to be like with the cuts in them and stuff.
Mhm.
Now that we've gone off topic, off the rails, if
Yeah.
you will. Shout out.
So this is your main event for next month. But
Yes.
but but in the interim, before we get to the end of August, mid-August, August 17th,
Ah.
7 days after my birthday, we're going to West Edmonton Mall, ladies and gentlemen, for the West
Mhm.
Edmonton Brawl, featuring a meet and greet with former WWE champion Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam. Uh,
I can't. I'll hit my microphone.
I'm looking forward to seeing this show. I know Nathan is super excited to meet Rob Van Dam because Ron Van Dam's one of his favorite wrestlers of all time. So I think, and I know a lot of people are going to be wanting to see this. This is going to be happening at the Ice Palace in the center of West Edmonton Mall. I'm super excited. I'm getting tickets with Nathan. I'm super excited to see this. Like I think it's gonna be a blast. Like going to the show. So I
Mhm.
got graphics for the 5 matches that Spencer sent me graphics for. So we have a scramble championship match. Eli Serge defending his brand new title against his
Ooh.
against his teammates, his stablemates of the Canadian Goose and the Wolf Boy Will Manta, and against the entirety of the Rads. Yeah, that's a very old picture of Larry, though.
Yeah, we could do for some hello. We could do for some updated graphics, but there's a lot of people here that I think also need updated graphics. So,
Yeah, yeah, I've got some updated graphics for Larry. I use my thumbnails. But yeah, so we get a scramble championship match at this show. I think that's gonna be fire. Rads
that's
versus
gonna be a hard match for us to cheer for, though, because we love Eli. I love Goose. I love Wolf Boy. His
I love
content is
everybody.
just so great. If you guys aren't following Wolf Boy, please go follow Wolf Boy. His content is so amazing and wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got the Rads. I mean, Team Rads. What the fizzity yuck?
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be crazy seeing this 6 man.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be crazy, just crazy. Then we have a tag team match. It's Para Lira taking on the Voros twins. I'm sorry. I love me some B-Rock Granny. I have a spaceman shirt somewhere in my house. That picture does not flatter him well.
So I have one of my best friends, Michelle. She's not a wrestling fan, thanks to Danny Duggan. Um, we're not going to talk about why, but she's not a wrestling fan. With that being said, she saw this graphic and she sent this to me, and she's like, "These motherfuckers."
Yeah, they
She
are
hates the Boros twins.
they are
She hates
huge.
them.
They are
I
huge on
know.
Insta and TikTok and everything. Just
That's
remember
why she hates them.
they are not. Just remember they are not the Island Boys.
They aren't. They are not. No, oh, oh, why did that? Now it's in my head. Why?
That's the whole thing with them is they keep
I'm an
saying we are not them,
island boy.
and they
Ah,
keep saying that's their gimmick. As they say, they are not them. That is part of their gimmick.
well, I mean, I don't even think they're the right race. Aren't the island boys black?
I know it's just it's an internet joke from all the TikToks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it because
So
they're twins?
yeah, well, very much so because
Oh,
it's the
okay.
twin thing, and then keep making jokes. And there's some stuff that people say about the other boys. That's why they make jokes that they're not. So yeah, we move
Mm.
on to a singles match. It is Pride versus Artemis Spencer. I can't wait to see this. This match is going to be
Yeah.
insane.
I wonder,
Uh,
do we think that is gonna be in Pride's corner? I assume
oh,
so.
100%.
Yeah,
Thad
it
never
would be
misses a
stupid for him to miss this show.
Thad never misses an opportunity to make himself look important. Come on. Come on.
Oh, poor Thad. Yeah, no, this is gonna be freaking awesome. Okay. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sold.
that match
I'll
is going to
go. I'll go.
sit ringside with me.
Yeah, to
Where are
see
we
the
sitting?
whole damn show.
Yeah. Then we have a
Oh,
women's triple
jeez.
threat match. It is G. It's an elimination triple threat match too. It is
Oh,
G Ray taking on Nicole Matthews. There you go. There you go. Millwoods. MW Millwoods. There you go. Taking on Nicole Matthews. Taking on Jasmine Allure. This match is gonna be so good.
I remember, I think I saw Jasmine Allure the first time in LPW before.
Hmm.
So good. So good. Yeah, this is gonna be great. Especially when you throw Nicole Matthews in there. We saw that last match with her and Mike Bailey. Holy hot damn. And then the tag match with Artemis. Whew. And Gigi
Yeah.
is just money everywhere she
Money.
goes. Didn't she just recently face Chennai Kai?
Yeah, she was on the MLW pay per view there, Blood
Yeah.
and Thunder. So yeah,
Get it,
again,
girl.
and then the final match announced for the show. It is an all star trios match. It is the Clandestine Society, Michael Richard Blaze, TFA, and Stephen Crow taking on the Intangible Short Kings
Love
of
it.
Zoe Sager, the Thickness Reed Matthews, and your new LPW Grand Champion Mars the Specialist. I think this is going to be a great trios match, man. This is going to be good.
Is that like every major title in this company on one match?
Except the Scramble title, yes.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I guess we'll see which
It's
championship reigns supreme on that one.
maybe Zoe and Thickness may have to go after those tag titles.
I won't be mad.
Get
I
down with
won't
the
be mad about that.
you can get down with the Intangible Thickness.
I did not. Okay, I'm happy you added the thickness at the end there because I was like, please don't say get down with the intangible. That's just gonna sound silly.
Get down
Also,
with the
very
intent.
British. Get up, come on, get down with intangible.
Well, no, I was thinking more of a get up, come on, get
Gosh.
down with the sick, like get down with the sickness, the song from down with the sickness. I was thinking, come on, get up, get down with the intangible thickness. Come on.
A lot of syllables in there.
Yeah, oh, very much so, very much so. But we have come to the end of this review of LPW 28. Feeling hella good. I'm excited
Mhm.
for West Edmonton Mall. I'm excited for August 30th. So much great stuff coming from LPW.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh,
To
uh-huh,
qu
uh-huh, uh-huh,
to
uh-huh.
you see, I was quoting Emperor's New Groove. I don't know what you were doing.
I was just being weird. You can find me on the X at that Canada Guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at that Canada Dude. You can find me on Facebook at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. You can also find me over in the comment section over on Bam Weekly, which will be changing names fairly soon. So go join the page, Bam Weekly. We'll be updating everything at once we have the switch over. But I know it's coming. We're in the we're hearing things. So stuff's coming from Bam Weekly coming soon. There's lots of stuff coming soon. So check them out over on Facebook. You can also find me over on the Twitch and the YouTube at our local establishment. Check us out. I'll be here there. I guess the show comes out on Wednesday, but there tonight for Marvel Talk as we review. We're gonna review Hall H, the Marvel Hall H panel from Comic Con, where they announced a bunch of stuff having to do with the MCU. I'm excited. There might be a little bit of Doomsday in there, and if you know what I'm talking about, it has nothing to do with Superman because that's in the other one. But yeah, there's a lot of big news coming out of that weekend. We just did a review this past weekend of Deadpool and Wolverine. It started with me, Ed, Mark Talks Wrestling, and Rich King And eventually, Ed had to tap out due to some being having a little bit of illness, and it ended up being me, Mark, and Rich from majority of the show. But we broke it all down. We loved on it. It was like an hour and 45 minutes of us just loving on this awesome movie, almost as long as the movie itself. So go check that out over on the YouTube if you have seen the movie, and if you haven't, go see it anyways. And if you want to be, if you're down to being spoiled, so. And one more shout out to our boy Mike the Ref over at Backbreaker Video. Want to thank him so much for simulcasting all of our stuff over there. If you want to catch him live, go to twitch.tv/Mike the Ref every Wednesday, Saturday, and pay per view Sunday. He does his AEW watch alongs, and every other day of the week he's playing video games over there and just gaming it up, chatting with you while he's gaming for hours upon hours upon hours on end. So go hang out with him over there on the Twitch. Give him a follow. I'll give it, and yeah, do that. Or if you want to see replays, go to youtube.com/@backbreaker_gaming, where you can content from him, Mr. PJC, this guy, Mr. Rick Jules, that guy, little guy right there, and their frequent guest,
Kayla J. Kayla J. Kayla J. Kayla J. We love Kayla J here.
Melball. Where can they find you?
If you're wanting to follow a Melball, you can follow her on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can follow her on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can also find me on our local establishments programming, Japanese Wrestling Update, every Friday with this guy at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Unless it's not. And then we'll let you know on social media. This week we are going to be live because we don't have any wrestling going on in Edmonton on a Friday night this weekend. So odd. But we have lots to talk about. Lots to talk about, you guys. So stay tuned to socials when that is coming out. What else? What else? What else? You can also find me on Astro Bizarre's YouTube channel where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. We are going to be putting out an episode this week, hopefully, being that schedules align, because Astrid just got a new job. She got a promotion. Shout out to the beautiful Astrid on that promotion. We love you, girl. I'll wait. We got a half for there. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we should have a show coming out this Friday. I believe it will be 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so 6 p.m. Mountain Time, unless it's not.
No.
Other
2
way,
p.m.
2
p.m. Mountain.
2 p.m. on time. Unless it's not. We will let you know. Stay tuned to our socials and we'll let you know about that. If you're wanting to watch an LPW show live, you can go to there, or we will leave a link in the description box below. It is our website, www.lovewrestling.ca, where you can get a link to their ticket sales and any ticket for any other events that they have going on there. You can also find a link to the Clandestine Society School. Yeah, to the Clandestine Wrestling Society.com if you're wanting to learn to be a wrestler, a manager, and I also assume a referee. They have some pretty great refs in Ben Uman and Fitzpatrick there. I think, I hope anyway. Remember, email, find out if they are there if you're wanting to take that route in professional wrestling. If you're also wanting to watch LPW online, we will leave the link in the description box. It is independentwrestling.tv. How much is it, Andre?
It is $10, I think, American. I don't know. Somewhere around there, anyways.
Which would probably work out to about 12 Canadian.
Always distracts her.
It does. I am no better than a man. 10 Canadian. Shout out Sean Spears. Still a great price to watch some amazing professional wrestling, because there's a lot of wrestling on there, isn't there, my friend? A lot.
There is so many different promotions. I highly recommend checking out Independent Wrestling TV.
For only $10, 12 Canadian. Highly recommend, you guys.
Yep.
Andre, my trusted friend and colleague, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
I just want to say thank you all so very much. We really appreciate all the support as we've been growing and growing. We're coming up on 200 subscribers to the channel, so thank you so very much. We really appreciate all the support. The last few videos, that Marigold video just exploded, and same with that day 1, 2 of the G1 Climax. Thank you so very much for all that support. So please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Please share us out to all your friends, family, and just the crazy, wild, and crazy guys that exist in this world. And don't forget to share us out to all your friends, or don't forget to hit that notification bell so we alert if we never drop a new video.
Ding dong.
No,
Is that how the inside of your brain is sounding right now, my friend?
it just means I'm a wild and crazy. I'm a wild and crazy guy.
You sounded like the Jungle Kid from frickin' what was that show? Do you remember the one I'm talking about? Wild Thornberries. Do you remember that show?
No.
They adopted a jungle boy who was voiced by Flea
Oh,
from
I,
the
I
Red
know
Hot
the
Chili Peppers.
I know the show. I just never watched it. It was not one that interested me.
Oh, highly recommend. Anyway, that being said, Andre, we should get out of here. I am your Melball. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Mwah.